I want to show, and I know a lot of people are aware, and I just want to put my 2 cents on it. The total disconnect between the Trump administration and the American people, and not just the whole of America, but the complete disconnect when it comes to, and I'm taking this as a women's issue. Period. So, JFK used to talk kind of sane, but when you hear this, and then I'm going to give my 2 cents on it, he's got a total disconnect. And let me just say this. White America has a very big disconnect when it comes to medical care that black women get in America and ethnic women get in America. There's a complete disconnect. Now, all women, healthcare in America, especially for birthing children, is garbage. All of the birthing ideas that we have had since the early 1900s and 1800s in these hospitals and things like that are archaic, barbaric, and none of them really suit women birthing children. But black women specifically have more issues in childbirth in hospitals than any other demographic of women. So let's hear this, right?
Programs to remove a list of
shit.
Your agency told programs to remove a list of nearly 200 words and phrases from their funding applications, including the word black. Do you have an idea of how we could solve the black maternal mortality crisis if we can't say black?
President Trump is trying to end division in this country, not
division. Not eviction.
During the last 4 years. That's what DEI did.
I never thought I would see this man bold-faced lie for the sake of Trump. Everything Trump has done in his last presidency and this presidency has been discrimination and racism. And he has the nerve to say he's trying to not sow racism. This is pissing on people's heads and then telling them that it's rain. Like, get the fuck out of here with that.
It polarized people.
No. We're not talking about eviction. We're talking about healthcare.
I'm calling about DEI.
We're talking about healthcare.
Yeah,
disparities. So what we're asking is if you attack DE&I and then we have a crisis that impacts one population over another, but you cannot direct specific spending or research or interventions to that population, how do you solve the problem?
Do you think the federal government should be paying for DEI?
I think the federal government has a vested interest in ensuring that its citizens survive childbirth.
Facts.
Well, we are meeting that obligation.
We are not. Your agency told programs to remove a list of nearly 200 words and phrases from their funding applications, including the word black. Do you have an idea of how we could solve the black maternal mortality crisis if we can't say black?
President Trump is trying to end division in this country, not division.
Not eviction.
During the last 4 years. That's what DEI did. It divided people. It polarized people.
No. We're not talking about eviction. We're talking about healthcare.
I'm calling about DEI.
We're talking about healthcare.
Yeah,
disparities. So what we're asking is if you attack DE&I and then we have a crisis that impacts one population over another, but you cannot direct specific spending or research or interventions to that population, how do you solve the problem?
Do you think the federal government should be paying for DEI?
I think the federal government has a vested interest in ensuring that its citizens survive childbirth.
That part. There is such a disconnect with this administration and the American people as a whole. I mean, it is a complete disconnect. And the way that they interact with the women population of America, and it doesn't matter what race you are. But in this topic specifically, when she's talking about DEI, and she is talking about healthcare and women getting adequate healthcare in states where these women will be so adversely affected when it comes to the legislation that white men have placed in their states against abortion or DNCs for women that are miscarrying and all those different things, right? There is such a disconnect with these white men and women's healthcare issues, and specifically right here, this instance right here, where black women suffer mortality rates in birthing than any other demographic. And it blows my mind that he had the nerve to say Trump is trying to connect people together, and he is trying to get rid of that discrimination. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And I got another topic I want to talk about too, but this one right here, yeah, no. There's no help with women who choose not to go into the hospital. And let me just say this: women birthing children in the hospital, doesn't matter what race you are, they're going to push a C-section on a woman because of those practices that they have. They're barbaric and outdated. They're going to try to push a C-section on every woman that takes over a certain amount of hours, or if they feel that that the pregnancy isn't, or the birthing is not going in the way that they choose it to go, they're going to push a C-section on a woman. They're going to do it. My daughter went into the hospital with my grandson, my first grandbaby, and my grandbaby's head was crowning, and that was during COVID. And I couldn't be there. The only person that could be there was her husband. And I didn't even know what was going on, but I felt it. And I prayed like you have no idea. And yeah, he was crowning, and they forced a C-section on her. His hair, you could see his hair right there in the birth canal. He's coming out. And they still forced a C-section on her. Okay? So, yes, women don't get taken care of in childbirth. And when she talks about not surviving childbirth, it's a real thing. It is a real issue. And it's a very serious issue for black women, because they get the least care in hospitals.